Good morning everybody. You know, we said that it would turn grey and rain when lockdown started to end. Well, it's turned grey and it's raining. It's not raining at the second, so I'm just hoping it stays dry long enough. So today is Wednesday and I think it's the 10th. And as you can see, we're at Fleetwood, and today we're going to take a walk along the last little bit of Dock Street, which is where I'm stood now, and then on to Queens Terrace. I think it's Queens Terrace, is it? I've just discovered that there's a tiny, tiny little road sign on the steamer. Yes, I'm sure it's Queens Terrace. So that's the back of Fleetwood Market, and they're the new cabins that they've just had delivered that are going to be units for traders to work out of. And I believe the steamer is actually the oldest building in Fleetwood. If it's not the oldest building in Fleetwood, it's certainly the oldest pub. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I've got that wrong. So here we're at the side of the channel where the River Wyre, let me see if I can broddle this, oh it's not working, broddle this through the gaps in the fence. Where the channel comes up into Fleetwood, into the dock, so you can see the river just underneath that gantry. There's a footpath around the back of there, but it's a bit lonely on a grey morning for me. And on the other side of the river, that is the block of flats that have recently been completed at Knot End. And I think this gantry is what they used to put, is it what they used to put water and fuel on the ferries? Before the ferry service finished. So, moving on. I love these old period houses on here. I can just imagine what that must have looked like when it had first been built, because of course some of this land here, where the old roll-on roll-off ferry terminal was, where they used to put the containers when they were waiting to board, is where the railway station was. You can see the houses actually if I just zoom in. Can you see the new houses in the distance? They're the ones that they built round the side of Affinity and across the marina. So that land where that car's just going round now, that land where you park when you come to Tram Sunday, that's the land that used to be the old railway station, which of course is why the town of Fleetwood became so popular, because the railway station at Fleetwood was the first one that connected the Fylde Coast, and then Blackpool opened afterwards. So you can see the view across. Let me see if I can line this up so that we've not got the wires in focus. That's it. You can see the view across the river to Knot End. I think we need to move on a little bit. There's an act to getting a phone between the wires on a fence to take pictures, and unfortunately they're square. And this is obviously Fleetwood Museum. You can tell that because it says museum at the front. That's also closed at the moment because of coronavirus, but they started when the museum came into trust ownership from Lancashire County Council. They started repainting the front of the building, and like you do when you start doing a job, one job leads to another, and they've ended up taking the entire front of the building. So it'll look stunning when it's finished, but it's been a lot bigger job and a lot more expensive than anybody ever expected. And that little house next door is what's known as the Doll's House. I'm not quite sure why. Does anybody know why it's called the Doll's House? It's been a mystery to me that all along. And that Fleetwood Museum was originally the Customs House. And there's a full page of information about the museum on the Visit Fleetwood website. I'll pop the link in the description and then you can have a look at it. There's also a little video of inside it as well. which is quite interesting. It's a lovely place. If you've not been, you really ought to visit. So these are all this is what they call the heritage quarter, because these are all the period properties that were built when Fleetwood was in its heyday. And it's a bit of a grey day to be looking at it, but I thought we'd do this bit today and then we can do the seaside, the Esplanade bit another day when it's sunny, because you really need sunshine for that. And I love this building. I don't really know anything about the history of this building, and every time I pass it I think I'd love to go and have a look round inside. It's really nice. I can just see people in the long dresses and the bonnets when these were built. I think we'll have to see if we can research it. So anybody knows anything, pop a comment below, and if you want to email me, and we'll see if we can work out the past of this lovely building. I mean, imagine what that must have looked like when it was new. Must have been beautiful. So we'll take a little walk down this footpath at the side of the amusement, and then we can have a look across the river, and then just have a little walk round this corner. Yeah, it's Queens Terrace. They've got a sign on this end of it. I'm useless at road names. I go by landmarks and shops and I think you've probably got the gist by now that the geography's not very good. So this is the end of the car park. If you parked here when you came to Tram Sunday, you'll remember that being absolutely packed. But it's really handy because you don't have to start fighting your way through close streets and manic traffic to try and find a space. If you've never been to Tram Sunday, unfortunately it's been postponed this year, but I'm sure it will be back next year. So this is some of the remnants of Fleetwood's old nautical past. So that, let me stand on here, that is the side of the ferry. In fact, that is the ferry, if you can see it. That's I think it's the Wyre Rose, isn't it, that? So that's the ferry, and you can just see the orange of the lifeboat just above it. And of course that's the RNLI building at the left with the grey roof. And then that is the channel of the River Wyre, where it comes round the back of the seafront. This is the old boarding gear for the ferries. You can see the ferry where it's going down the channel, and then obviously across the other side is Knot End. And then you've got the channel going round to the dock. And this is, well, unbelievably dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Not the path, the channel. Because it comes in and goes out so quickly. It's unbelievably fast. Interesting. And then obviously at one time this used to be really busy and a hive of activity, and now it's just all empty and quiet. And this land is all owned by ABP, so what they're doing with it is anybody's guess. I think that's one of those mysteries up there with the disappearance of Lord Lucan. You never know, one day something might happen. So at this end of the seafront we're in the, as I said, in the City of Heritage Quarter. So that is Upper Lighthouse, and you can just see there Lower Lighthouse. So those two lighthouses and that other one out at sea, which is the Wyre light, which is just about collapsed, lined up so that when people were coming in on the ships from sea, they got the channel lined up so that they could get a safe passage into port, which seems really weird because we've just come from down there and they're lined up across there, so obviously that's for bringing the ships out from sea to the channel, and then you can navigate the channel when you get here. Oh, it's good job I don't sail a boat, isn't it? And this is obviously the Esplanade, all very quiet because everybody's closed for coronavirus. I'm sure it will start to come to life eventually. So normally this is where you come for your fish and chips and ride on the ferry and all the stuff that we all like to do. Looks like they've been planting the pots up as well. Obviously in bloom is suspended for this year, but they've still done the pots. Don't they look nice? Just a few flowers to brighten up the town centre. No ferries till further notice. There you go. That's the answer to that. So the Wyre Rose is down there that we've just looked at. That's a bit odd. That looks like a bunch of birdseed that's grown. That's corn. So this is the RNLI base and the Coast Guard, and then you've got a little cabin there. I think that might be for bikes, I'm not sure, because that's the waiting area for sitting on. So I wonder what that is. It's a little shelter, unless it's for when it's throwing it down. It's all very, 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 very quiet. So we'll leave that there for today. Is that a peg? We'll leave that there for today, and then we'll come back and do this next bit when it's sunny. In fact, I've just spotted the Wyre light. Let me zoom in. There you go. So there's the Wyre light in the sea. So you line that up with that lighthouse and that lighthouse, and when you've got three in a line, you're going in the right direction. But not if you're called Jane. Have a nice day, everybody. Make sure that you subscribe. Tell everybody else to subscribe as well, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.